Hey everyone, Alex Sanfilippo here, co-founder of PodPros.com. One of the biggest things I'm requested to provide is a video that shows my home office / home studio. So I'm gonna show you that right now. This is like my version of Cribs, but podcasting version. So here we go. This is where the magic happens. This is where I am working. This is also my studio that you've probably seen. If you've seen any video I've done with my blue background, the LEDs, right? Real clean. That's this same space. Right now it is set up as the office configuration. And real quick here, I'll show you, like, it does have all the studio stuff in it, but I put down these green pieces of tape under each of these things, which I probably should have used a different color, but you know, here we are. I did that because if it's the weekend or I'm not gonna be doing any recording for a few days in a row, I will take all this stuff, so all these things you see standing here, and I'll drop in my closet. I have room for them in there, but I keep that space so I can just set it back up really fast. And then, in addition, I'm gonna show you like what this thing, how it basically converts now into like a more of the actual home studio side of things. So Alicia, if you'll come in here, I'll show you that. So again, this is the office setup. I literally work out of this space how it is. My whiteboards are back here against the wall, and I'm gonna show you how now I convert this thing. So first off, I'm gonna mention this as like a side note. I did all this on a budget, not necessarily because I needed to do it on a budget, but because I wanted to prove that it was possible to have a really good home studio done on a budget where I didn't need to spend thousands of dollars to make it happen. So I did not do that. I think I did all this for just under $1,000. I will have links to everything I mentioned. So don't like rewind and like keep on going back. I'll have links to everything I'll mention, like any piece of equipment I talk about. So first off, to convert this thing into a home studio now, basically the first thing I want to do is obviously like get the place disconnected from the rest of the home, right? So what I did is I got these alternative down comforters and a track that I literally just closed out the rest of the house. So there's two doors that lead in the rest of the place. And now, like, you probably can't tell from what we're recording on, which is an iPhone right now, but the sound is already way denser. Just by doing that, it got rid of the mass majority of any form of echo that we had. And Alicia, I'm gonna show this real quick. One of the main things I was told to do is if there's a spot where you feel that the sound is coming back at you, right? Like where the echo is coming from, to put something there. I just put these few pieces of foam, which again, I'll have links to these as well, because this is the one spot that I didn't seem to take care of with the rest of what I did, and I'll show you that. So that's the one thing I put up that's like true soundproofing, if you will. Now, when I have my office configuration, I love natural light. However, this does not work as a home studio because Alicia, if you'll show over here, like I'm standing right where the camera's at right now, you'll have like just light hitting across your face. That wouldn't look good. So I need to close up the blinds, but also right outside here is my AC unit. That makes a lot of noise, right? So I wanted to find a way to not have that happen. So first off, I'll close the blinds, but then I got this really thick curtain, which is actually noise canceling, but also black light. So when I close this up, it gets really dark in here, right? And it keeps any sound from coming in or out. So it provides more soundproofing, but also there's no light coming in and out of it. So now I'm like halfway into my home studio. So next thing I'm gonna show you here are these newer LED lights. And I'll just flip these on. This is kind of how I get that light. And I like to go with more of a natural color. If you see my videos, it looks like I may have a window in front of me more or less. So I like to do that. And then I'll flip around here. And this is where that classic blue light look comes from. Now on an iPhone, it might be a different color, right? Because every camera is gonna show it a little bit differently. But basically that's what I'll do. And then like, obviously that doesn't look good with the whiteboard. So what I did is I got this gray piece of photo paper and put it on a track and I just roll it down. And yes, it's gray. Like in my videos, it looks blue, but it's because of the LEDs hitting it. It's all set up. I have a video that was not me. Somebody taught me how to do this whole thing, and I will include a link to that as well. So if you're like, oh wow, I love the track, how did you do all that? I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty of that right now, but this video goes really in depth. So now, this is literally my studio setup that you're looking at here. So I've got these LEDs on the side, which I'll link to as well. And then I've got the photo paper, I got those lights, I've got everything closed up, and then here is like the true setup, right? Like literally, all I've gotta do is this, and I am good to go. This is my Shure MV7, which if you can show that a little closer, Alicia, this is like my favorite mic, and it's a good dynamic mic, so it's not like, even if like I didn't do as good a job soundproofing, you wouldn't really be able to tell with a mic like this. And then in addition, up here, I've got my Logitech Brio 4K. So it's just a standard webcam, like nothing fancy, right? Like just a webcam. Here's what I love about both those things. They're both USB. So I struggle to figure out what it's called, but there is no like, XLR cable. Like you can tell I have no box up here or anything like that. Like everything literally plugs straight into the laptop. And Alicia, if you'll show this real quick, this is kind of my favorite part. I'm using a MacBook Pro here, and all I did was attach just one cable, and this controls I'm hardwired, so my Ethernet is in there. My speakers are connected to it, my mic, my camera, my Bluetooth equipment. everything is connected through this one cable. And then I've got this stand to kind of bring it up to a higher level, right? Because I'm using a laptop and I'd rather kind of bring it up a little bit so I'm not just like keeping on the table here. And here's the thing, like it's that one plug. So I'm ready to go. I can just unplug it and walk away with my laptop. And Alicia, if you'll show under here, this is kind of like the box that runs all of that. Like everything kind of flows out of this. I've got like my power strip. Again, I'll include links to all this. It's probably a little messier. Someone could have done a better job, but I'm pretty happy with it. And then if you'll back up a little bit here, the actual hardwire, because I think that's important for streaming, like runs down here and around here. So I actually have like an Ethernet cable that's connected. And then I love my standing desk. Like as you can see, it's raised up. You can't really see the like all the wires and stuff. Like I think I did a pretty good job hiding them. And then I just got like this giant mouse pad, more or less, to cover my standing desk. And literally, like I don't sit down. Like I just have like a little stool for my knee, and that's it. That's my whole studio setup right there. So I'm gonna quickly show you how I break it all down now. Because like if I'm like, okay, recording with you, imagine, right? We finish up an interview. Hey, thanks so much for having me, or thanks for being a guest. I appreciate you. Take care. I'm literally just gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna break down the rest of it, and I'll just show you how quick that is. And the thing about this is like having this set up this quick and having a studio that I think looks like this, really, the studio separates you a lot, but having it break down real quick is gonna save you a lot of time along the way, right? So that was really important to me, just to have something I could quickly set up and break down. And then I love natural light, so I'm obviously gonna open this up and then turn off my LEDs and then open it back up here. And there we go. I am fully converted back into my normal office space now. So everything is exactly how I work for my office. So if you have any questions all about this, let me know. Feel free to reach out. I'm here to help out however I can. Hopefully this was beneficial to you. Thanks so much for watching.